we have a Wilton Vise 3.5 inch, 3.5 inch that needs a little work. We're going to paint it, clean off the rust, make it look nicer, and mount it so we can use it. So let's start off taking it apart first. Inside, it's not that bad. It needs definitely some greasing and cleaning. Whole bunch of chips gathered inside. We'll have to clean that out. As you can see from underneath, there's some rust, so we'll clean that off and make sure that it doesn't start rusting again. We'll have to separate, pull out these pins on both sides, separate the screw guard over here, and clean it all nice. I'm going to start cleaning this off camera, show you guys the results, and explain what I did. So I separated the pieces further, driving out the two pins that were holding the screw. One pin here, the other pin here. I had to drive it into the screw just so it can be released. Then I have to drive it back out, using pliers to pull them out. So before that, I used a rod to go through through the center, push out this cap to make it easier to pull out everything. I also loosened up the jaws, which I'm going to be removing right now. I will be separating this in a minute. I will loosen up also the jaws on this piece. I will not be removing the key out of here. I also separated the handle from this piece held in by a bracket, and it was held by 3 screws. So we separated that piece. I will be knocking out these jaws. There's a pin that holds these, that aligns these, so it will take some time to drive these out. But I'm going to do it off camera and get back to you guys. Driving out these brackets was much easier than I thought, using a plain rod and hammer. And this particular jaw does have aligning dowel. Unfortunately, this one doesn't seem to have one, so we'll have to make one and put it in. Now I'm going to be separating this nose cone from the rest of the vise, and it's the same way. Just putting the rod in, knocking it. I'm going to have to put it on a surface and see if I can do that. It's moving slowly but surely. So I'll get this completed and I'll get back to you guys in a minute. So we removed the nose cone. You can see there's a whole bunch of particles, pieces of steel. We'll have to clean that up. But outside of that, in here there's not much rust. I'm very pleased with that. So at this point we're going to clean it up, get rid of the rust, and I will get back to you guys. Alright, so we cleaned the vise, took off all the grease, and used the wire wheel a little bit to clean off the rust. I decided not to use any rust remover as the vise doesn't need that much. Comes out pretty nice. I don't need to add a lot of additional paint on here, but I definitely will. Polished up some of the pieces on my polisher, make it look really nice. I will be blackening the screws, make sure that they don't rust. The regular screws that were on here, I did scrub a little bit to get rid of everything, but I'm not going to put it on the wheel. So one of the things that I used to take the grease off, Purple Power, great cleaner. Soak it for a few minutes and you can start scrubbing. Use a whole bunch of different pipe cleaners and polyurethane brushes. The blacking compound that I'm going to be using is, my apologies for crossing in front of the camera, but it is Premier Blue, liquid gun blue. Helps to reduce the likelihood of rust, and I will be putting it on the two main bolts that hold the swivel base to the bottom of the vise. So next step is put the blue on and start painting it up. So I will be back as soon as I finish doing this. I'll show you guys the results and we'll start painting.